Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 850th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. I thought for our 850th, I wanted to do something a little bit different. So for this battle, I'm putting on a very, very rare 2v2 battle. I think out of 850 battles, this might be only the second 2v2 battle that I've ever put on our channel. So, you know, I just thought that it might be a memorable battle as it is a 2v2 for our 850th. And I hope you enjoy it. Okay. Our first teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman, who has got his faction of choice, which is Pontus. Now, Barclayman's got 12 pikes, 3 archers, and 6 chariots. Quick look at the upgrades on his pikes. And you'll see that he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his pikes there. And if you just look at the length of those Pontus pikes there that the enemy have to fight down to kill the man on the other end. And that's no tall order. It's a pretty tall order there for the enemy Roman troops. Quick look at his archers. Now these archers here, these Pontus archers, are only mid-range, okay? And if you notice, they wear no armour, so their defence is pretty poor as well. But if you notice there, if you count the upgrades, he has fully upgraded his archers there. 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, so he's going to get the very best out of these very mediocre archers there because he's fully upgraded them. And then, of course, we're going to move to the infamous chariots here. Remember, these chariots have got a big fear factor, big attacking specifications, but as we've said in many battle videos before, if they run amok, they become a menace to both friend and foe alike because they kill both friend and foe alike. And I would suggest that if you're not confident or competent with chariots, you really need to think about if you're going to bring them or not, because they really are a double-edged sword. Okay? So it'll be interesting to see how well Barclayman handles these chariots during the course of the battle. But as I say, they really are a double-edged sword if they do run amok. And then you become very unpopular when your chariots start killing your allies there. So that's Barclayman's faction of choice. Be interested to see how he uses them. Now here, myself, Spartan Commander, I've got 11 infantry, 3 archers and 6 cavalry, but this is an army from about 16 years ago when Stevelongshanks and myself first introduced the 31k rules to Rome Total War. This is an army that most people were bringing about 16 years ago. Those of you that play with me regularly know that I very rarely bring archers with my Roman army, so this is a resurrected army from about 16 years ago. You'll see that I've got 3 archers, okay, 11 infantry and 6 cavalry. This really is like a time warp army from about 16 years ago, because this was the type of army that players were bringing when we first introduced the 31k rules. Okay, quick look at the upgrades on my cavalry, and you'll see they've got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So as I say, this is an army from about 16 years ago when we first introduced the 31k rules. Now, the reason that I've bought this army with 3 archer units in it, can you think why I've done that? Okay, well, the reason that I've bought the 3 archers is, of course, to help Barclayman's Pontus pikemen. We know that the Pontus pikes are extremely susceptible to archer damage, so that's why I've resurrected this 16-year-old army to bring a bit of archer support there for my Pontus ally. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see how this 16-year-old army does in 2024 on a modern-day battlefield. And here is the other team. We have a player who's called himself OTD Chinny Poo, but is in fact Scorpion King SR. Now he's got 5 archers, 6 infantry, and 6 cavalry. Okay. And of course, the reason he's bought all these archers, 5 archer units there, as we said earlier, is to deliberately target Barclayman's pike units. As we all know, the 121-man pike units are really susceptible to any kind of missile damage. That's why he's bought so many archers there. Quick look at the upgrades on his infantry. Right, he's only got gold shield, gold attack on his infantry, which tells me that I think he spent the majority of his money on his cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. Oh my gosh, count the upgrades there at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry. Now that takes them out of the elite bracket into the super bracket. Make no mistake, you could be looking at battle-winning troops there with those fully upgraded cavalry. Okay, and his next teammate is, if we can find him in the woods, and that is Brotherhood member Aurelius. Now, Aurelius has got 10 infantry, 4 archers, and 6 cavalry. Okay, 10 infantry, 4 archers, and 6 cavalry. So between them, Scorpion King and Aurelius have got 9 archers against our 6. If you notice there, some of, I think Aurelius has got mixed upgrades on his infantry. Some of his infantry has got an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Others are just gold shield, gold attack. And his cavalry have got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack there. Okay, so he's got pretty good upgraded units there. But as I say, they've got 9 archer units to our 6. And the reason they bought all those archers is to target my Pontus ally there, try and take out the pikes. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle, we've literally just pressed start here. And you can see Scorpion King starting to move his army forward towards my Pontus ally Barclayman there. Okay, make no mistake here, Scorpion King will be looking to get in range. He'll probably want to take out those fully upgraded Pontus archers first, so he can then concentrate his archer fire onto the Pontus pikemen. Okay, that's what I'm guessing Scorpion King's going to do there, and I'm guessing Aurelius is going to move his archers forward as well. If you notice here, I've moved my Roman army next to my Pontus ally there to support him as much as I can. But make no mistake here, with 9 archers against our 6, they will be looking to target the Pontus pikemen there as soon as they can to weaken them before we even get into hand-to-hand fighting. And as I say, we know Scorpion King is one of the most aggressive attacking players in the game, and he looks like he's being just like that now. Still, at this very early stage of the battle here, you'll see Scorpion King moving his archers forward here. As I say, he'll be probably wanting to target the Pontus archers first, and then once he's taken those archers out, he can then concentrate his archer fire onto the Pontus pikes. That's what I think he'll be looking to do there. Remember, these Pontus archers are fully upgraded, but unfortunately they are poor archers. You know, they're medium, very mediocre archers, and he's fully upgraded them. He's going to get the most out of them that he can there, but as I say, they are very mediocre there. And as I say, Scorpion King will try and take them out. Now, he may well take them out with cavalry here. Can you see him moving that cavalry unit? Notice it's not in wedge formation. It's in normal formation there, because cavalry units in normal formation move faster. And that's what he wants at the moment. He wants speed. He wants speed there so he can hit the archers, do damage, and then pull out the way of that pike unit coming towards him there. Now, he'll pull away from that pike unit, but it wouldn't surprise me if he turned direction, if he changed trajectory here into that archer unit there. Can you see? Do you see what I mean there? And bang! And he smashes into that archer unit there. That was a nice hit there. That was his intention. As I say, he'd like to take out these Pontus archers as soon as he can. So as I say, then he can concentrate all his archer fire onto the Pontus pikemen there. So my Pontus ally here needs to be very aware of that. If you notice, I've brought my archers over this flank here to try and help neutralise the enemy Julii archers there. And you'll see Aurelius bringing his army over as well, putting his archers into advantageous positions there. You'll see him taking his, looks like he's taking his cavalry out to the flank there. But make no mistake, Barclayman will be very concerned about his pike units and the damage that the enemy archers would do to them before we even get into hand-to-hand fighting. Also, of course, you newer players to Rome Total War, you'll understand that Scorpion King wants to get his infantry, look at his cavalry unit, bang, into that pike unit there. Scorpion King will want to take his infantry as close to the main Pontus battle formation as he can, so that he can throw in loads of pilers into those Pontus pikemen there, once again weakening Pontus as much as he can before they actually get into hand-to-hand fighting there. Okay, so that's what he wants to do. He wants to get close to the Pontus battle formation there. And as I say, he could do a lot of damage to the forward units of that battle formation with the amount of pilers that he could throw in there. So that's what he'll want to do. Luckily, I think Scorpion King's only got 6 infantry, so the pile of damage obviously won't be as bad as if he had like 14 infantry, obviously, there. And here you can see this cavalry unit of Scorpion Kings. As I say, he can be very, very aggressive here. It wouldn't surprise me if he charged into that pike. There you are, look. He's going to charge into that pike unit because he saw that pike unit had its pikes up. Okay, so he could charge into that pike unit because the pikes were up. Remember, if the pikes were down, he wouldn't have charged in there because he knew he'd lose a lot of his cavalry there. Okay, so here you can see, once again, Scorpion King moving that cavalry unit around, trying to take out our archers if he can, or smash into the back of pike units there, which he's just done there. That bang! As he charges in there. So, as I say, you can see Scorpion King laying his credentials on the table right from the beginning of the battle, and those credentials are aggression there. And here you can see Aurelius moving close. So what I want to do here is try and chase away Aurelius's army with my army here, because obviously Aurelius wants to get close to Pontus as well, so he can throw all his pilers in. As I say, it wouldn't surprise me if he backed his army off. And you can see here that Barclayman started to move his Pontus army over to this flank as well. Okay, so, but as I say here, I'm trying to chase away Aurelius. Now, what would be great is if we could split Scorpion King and Aurelius's armies up. If we could get in between them and kind of isolate each army instead of them fighting as a team, they'd be fighting on their own. Now, that would be something, you know, which would be a good tactic for us if we could do that. Remember, though, that those enemy archers are shooting into poor old Barclayman's Pontus pikemen all the time there. And as I say, you can see Scorpion King here moving his infantry and cavalry forward here, trying to take out our archers the best that he can. But as I say, you can see both myself and Barclayman moving over towards Aurelius. Now, over here, you'll see that I think Barclayman tried one of his suicide chariot attacks on Aurelius there, but this chariot of Barclayman here, as you can see, runs amok. As you can see, that red banner, when it flashes on and off, that means that that unit is amok. So we need to keep our armies away from that amok chariot, otherwise it will chop down our troops there. You can see here that Aurelius has brought his cavalry through the woods, maybe looking to get behind us or something like that, but he will also be aware of that amok chariot and want to keep his troops away from them as well. Okay. So, as I say here, you can see that both myself and my Pontus ally Barclayman there trying to split Scorpion King and Aurelius's armies up. Okay, so you can see now there's a gap developing between Aurelius and Scorpion King, and my SPQR army, I'm going to try and chase down that army there, or I may well let Pontus chase that Julia army while I turn and face Scorpion King's army there. We'll just have to wait and see what the tactical decision on that is. But as I say, Scorpion King and Aurelius now are split. They're not fighting as a team as such, close to each other anyway there. So here you can see, as I say, Barclayman really wants to get his Pontus pikemen out of range of the enemy archers. That's what he would really want to do there if he could. You can see Aurelius has now taken his army into the woods. And if you notice here, I've now turned my army to face Scorpion King's army there. So it'll be interesting to see what Barclayman's going to do. He may well decide to be aggressive and go after Aurelius there, because if he just stands around with his pike army, you can see a lot of his units have been decimated by archer fire already. Okay, so here you'll see Scorpion King once again trying to get his archers in range of my Pontus ally there. That's the problem with Pontus or any of the 121-man units. When you're up against a lot of archers here, they will, make no mistake, they will try and weaken your pike units as much as they can there. And as I say, those 121-man pike units very susceptible to routing. Right, can you see here Barclayman is doing one of his chariot suicide attacks here. And you can see him now charging. But remember, chariots don't do too good in the woods, because if you think about it, chariots are going to run into trees, which will lessen their charge bonus there. But as you can see now, he's charging there. You can see now Barclay Man will be a bit disappointed with this, because what he wanted that chariot unit to do was to run amok. Now remember, when chariot units run amok, they seem to be stronger in amok mode, and what he wanted that unit to do was run amok so it could start chopping down loads of Aurelius' red Julii infantry. But unfortunately for Barclay Man, that chariot unit has just routed like any other unit, so it'll just leave the this part of the battlefield now just like any other unit, and won't run amok. So that will be disappointing to Barclay Man there. As you can see here, I'm going to move my cavalry out to take out these archer units of Scorpion Kings here, as he was trying to look to me to get behind us there. So that's a good move for us, taking those archer units out. Now I don't know what Barclay Man's going to do. Is he going to stand there and get shot by archers, or is he going to attack? Maybe go for Aurelius. We'll just have to see. But you can see his 121 man units are very, very battle damaged there by archer fire. And as I say, here you can see Aurelius has now pulled his army a little bit out of the woods there. But there goes another chariot suicide attack by Barclay Man. And bang! As that chariot smashes in to Aurelius' red Julii Roman army there. Just look at the damage that suicide chariot is doing. But is it going to run amok, or is it just going to rout like any other unit, which will be very disappointing? Oh my gosh, that's going to be another disappointment for Barclay Man there. That chariot unit has just routed like any other unit. It didn't run amok. As I say, when chariots run amok, they seem to be stronger, and that's what he wanted to happen there, was that chariot to run amok and start killing loads of Aurelius' infantry there. Okay, so here you can see, it looks to me like Barclay Man's got fed up with standing around getting shot with arrows there, so he's decided he's going to attack. Okay, he's going after Aurelius' army there. Okay, as you can see, I'm facing Scorpion King's army here, but I want to keep close to my allies' infantry there. Okay, I don't want us splitting up like they have, if you see what I mean. I want us to stay together. So what I think I'm going to do now is go after my ally there, Barclay Man, and try and stay close to him there, because I can see Scorpion King taking some of his infantry round the flank there. Right, okay, so unfortunately here you'll see a load of pilers being thrown into Barclay Man now. You can see those pilers really going in, and that would be causing Barclay Man even more damage now. But you can see Barclay Man still moving forward, still being aggressive with his Pontus pikes. Now it wouldn't surprise me if Aurelius decided to pull his Roman army out after he's thrown all his pilers into the Pontus army. There you are. You can see Aurelius now is pulling his Roman army out of the woods. And my guess is that Barclay Man will up pikes and chase after him there. That's what I think he's going to do. Okay, so you can see Scorpion King here. Let's pause the game for a second here. So you can see Scorpion King moving some of his cavalry around the flank, but also Scorpion King's archers were targeting Barclay Man's pikemen there as well. So poor old Barclay Man was getting hit in the rear and the front by arrow fire there. But as I say, what I want to do is try and stay in contact with my Pontus ally there. I don't want us to split up if we can possibly help it. Right. Now here you see my cavalry. Can you see that Pontus amok chariot there? I must be very aware of that, because that could do some great damage to my cavalry if I'm not careful. Right, once again, can you see how aggressive Barclay Man is being with his pikemen here? He's decided that he's not going to stand around and get shot to pieces by archers. He's going to try and do something here, and he's attacking Aurelius. Now Aurelius is drawing him out of the woods there, and of course as Barclay Man's running forward, he's getting hit by archers from all different angles there. So his 121 man units will be really battle depleted there by archer fire before they even get into hand-to-hand fighting, which is just what Aurelius wants there. And here, as I say, you can see that run amok chariot getting close to my cavalry. Now I need to be very aware of that. I need to really move my cavalry out the way there, because I don't want that amok chariot to run into my cavalry. Ooh, that could be close. You can see, oh, he just hit my cavalry there. That run amok chariot unit, make no mistake, he'll be chopping down some of my cavalry. Look at that. This is what friendly amok chariots can do. Okay, so just to show you here, right, all these cavalry here, I was lucky actually, all this cavalry here of mine has just been killed by a friendly amok chariot. That's the damage that a friendly amok chariot could do. Luckily, I could have lost a lot more, so I was quite lucky there really. Right, if you notice here, I'm still trying to run my army through the woods to keep in contact with Barclayman here, okay? Because his units have been so battle depleted and the morale of Pontus isn't very good. If he gets hit by cavalry or something, he could well rout. So what I want to do is get my army close to him there, as close as I can, to try and support him. As I say, you can see that Aurelius is trying to draw I believe Barclayman away from my army there. You can see how far Aurelius has pulled back. See that amok chariot there? I think just hit some of Aurelius's archers there, so that was good news for us. But you can see here I'm running over trying to get as close to my Pontus ally as I can, but he's of course trying to hit Aurelius with his pikes there. You can see some cavalry coming in of Scorpion Kings in behind my Pontus ally there. Now you can see Scorpion King there was thinking of hitting Pontus there with his cavalry, but then decided to pull back. Now here you'll see that poor Barclayman's going to get hit from the front by Aurelius's infantry, and if Scorpion King gets a chance, he'll smash into the rear with his cavalry. So I need to move my army over as close to Pontus as I can to try and support him there. Okay, over here you'll see, I think that's Aurelius's cavalry there. Yeah, Aurelius's cavalry looking to maybe smash into the flank or rear of my army there, possibly with his cavalry. We just have to see where he tactically decides to move those cavalry. Right, so here you'll see Aurelius is charging in to my pike ally there. Right, so what I can see here is possibly a hammer and anvil attack. If I smash my cavalry into the back of Aurelius's engaged cavalry, infantry, get ready for this, and bang, as my cavalry smashes into the rear. So we now have got a classic hammer and anvil attack. The oh, that's good news. Aurelius's general's just been taken out. So the Pontus pikes are the anvil and my cavalry are the hammer there. And as I say, you can see there that we've taken out Aurelius's general, so that his infantry has now lost their morale bonus of their general. And you can see my cavalry really pushing in on the enemy Julii infantry there as Barclayman pushes in with his pikes. So a classic hammer and anvil attack there by Barclayman and myself, and I'm still managing to keep my infantry facing the enemy infantry, but there are some cavalry, Aurelius's cavalry looks like it might charge into the flank of my infantry there. Okay, but that was a really good classic hammer and anvil attack. You can see Scorpion King's cavalry charging into the forward units of my battle formation there, and you can see Aurelius was thinking of coming in to the flank of my infantry, but you can see his Julii cavalry charging into my cavalry, so I'm going to take on his cavalry there, like a bang, as our two cavalries collide in this. This could be a pivotal part of the battle here. You can see there. Also, don't forget my infantry, I think they're throwing pilers into that Julii cavalry as well there, so that's good news for us. We've managed to rout a lot of that Julii cavalry. That's really good news for us there. And over here you'll see that Barclayman is sending several of his pike units there to try and chase down the routing units of Aurelius there. Okay, that's why he's running forward there, trying to chase down those routing units, stop them from rallying. You can see I'm bringing my cavalry back now, but I think we've taken out a heck of a lot of Aurelius's infantry. Now, a lot of his units will rally. I can see some of his infantry units rallying at the moment. And those pike units... Uh-oh, there's that cavalry going in there. Look, bang! He just stopped at cavalry charge. Now he's going to carry on with that cavalry charge there. Most of those Pontus pikemen that were in that little group have now been taken out. There's that one pike unit still holding there. One of Barclayman's pike units still managing to hold on. There it is. Still there with infantry and cavalry hitting it. That was well done there for that pike unit, holding so well. But I'm just thinking, if a cavalry unit goes into the rear of that pike unit now, like that. There you are. It was routed now. So that's all we've got left. Is my army and what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 very battle damaged Pontus pike units left. There. That's all we've got left. Luckily, I've still got a lot of my cavalry left here. So that's good news for us. But as I say, you can see here what the situation is like. You can still see they've got a lot of archers there, and if you look at my Pontus ally there, you'll see how battle depleted his units really are. So as I say, things maybe not looking that good there. If you notice here, I'm charging my cavalry forward here, looking to try and take out some of these archer units here, which are still being a menace to my Pontus ally. But I need to stop that there because I don't want to run into any enemy infantry. I bet Scorpion King was thinking to himself, go on, keep charging with that cavalry there. And he would have probably thrown a lot of pilots into my cavalry. But you can see now I'm charging my infantry forward. I think it's time for us to be a bit aggressive towards the enemy now and put them on the back foot. Because, as I say, my Pontus allies' units are so battle depleted, we don't want to be in defence here. We don't want to hand the initiative to them. So as you notice here, I'm charging forward my infantry, but all the time remember that the enemy archers are shooting once again, all the time, moving into more advantageous positions to shoot arrows into my Pontus ally here, even more causing battle depletion to his units there as we move forward. But as I say, I think at this stage of the battle we just can't stand back and be defensive. We have got to attack, and that's exactly what I'm doing there. If you notice there, I'm attacking Scorpion King's army there. You see my cavalry smashing into that the rear of that moving infantry unit there, and you can see Scorpion King counter-attacking with his cavalry there, and you can see me moving my infantry forward there. Oh my gosh, this is a massive battle here. I've got my cavalry engaged, I've got my infantry engaged there, and we've managed to rout some of those Julia units. And you can see me surging attack. I'm doing a surge attack with my infantry there. Can you see how I'm trying to surge through the enemy units there to support my cavalry in this battle? But I think, as I say, we need to be aggressive at this stage of the battle. It's no good standing back with all the archers that they've got shooting into us. We have to be aggressive, and as you can see here, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm keeping my cavalry in the fray. I would have normally pulled my cavalry out now, but I'm auto-attacking with that cavalry, so they're using their heavy swords. And as I say, I'm surging forward. Oh my gosh, that's bad news for us. Barclayman's just lost his general. We know Pontus' morale is poor, so losing his general is really bad news for us there. And it looks to me now that Barclayman's just got 4 extremely battle depleted pike units left now. And you can see enemy cavalry have got in behind us here, looking to smash into the rear of my engaged infantry. And look at all these enemy units closing in on our troops now. Things not looking very good for our team. As you can see there, you can see my cavalry now is engaging those 2 units of Aurelius's there. I think, as I say, cavalry could prove pivotal here. You can see I've auto-attacked with my cavalry. You can see I'm using the heavy swords there against the light spears of the enemy cavalry there. You see another cavalry unit coming in behind, attacking my cavalry there. But you can see my SBQR infantry is under very aggressive attack there by enemy troops. Pause again for a second here. So I'm not sure if that's the last of Barclayman's pike units there has just been routed, or he may have 1 unit somewhere else. And those Julii infantry are now going to get in behind my engaged infantry there, looking to rout my what's left of my infantry there. Oh, you can see Barclayman, I think it's got 1 pike unit left there, I can see. But as I say, the enemy are going to get in behind my engaged infantry now, looking to rout my troops. Right, can you see I'm bringing my cavalry over here, and I'm looking to smash into the flank of the engaged enemy troops. Okay, so here you'll see the enemy Julio troops have got in behind my engaged infantry, and we'll be looking to smash into the rear. But what I want to do is position my cavalry in a good position and then charge into the rear of those engaged Julii troops. Another classic hammer and anvil attack is what I'm looking for here. Oh, there you are. Barclayman's got one pike unit left. That's all he's got left in his army now. The rest of his units have all been routed. But make no mistake, the enemy archers here, remember they had 9 archers against our 6, are shooting arrows into us all the time. Remember, fire arrows not only cause casualties but lower the morale of troops as well. So, oh my gosh. So I need to position my cavalry in a good position here, and then hopefully do a classic hammer and anvil attack. My infantry be in the anvil, my cavalry be in the hammer. Right, come on, try and take out that general. There's a Julii general there I'd like to try and take out. Here's my cavalry going in, and bang! As I smash into the rear of the enemy troops there. Oh my gosh. Just look at how my cavalry is penetrating into those enemy Julii troops. Okay, I've got the full charge bonus. What I need to do now is pull my cavalry out, lock and load it again, and then charge it in for the full cavalry charge bonus again. Make no mistake, my cavalry is extremely battle depleted, but what I like to do is try and take out that Julii general. Can you see this square banner there of the red Julii general? That's the target I'm going for. If I can take out the Julii general, there's a chance we could get a rout going here. Right, in goes my cavalry. Bang! Took the Julii general out. That's what I was targeting, the Julii general. The morale will drop of all those Julii troops now. And I'm also attacking with my infantry at the same time as my cavalry there. Oh my gosh. And there you are. We've got a mass rout going there, taking that Julii general out. Do you see how important it was to target the Julii general? And that's exactly what we've done there. And there you are. We've managed to cause a mass rout of the enemy troops. So that's what you can do if you target the Julii general. You can see Aurelius has still got some cavalry units left, and I know that there are some enemy archers still shooting into us as well, but I think we've managed to go on to win the battle there. Let's say a very spread out battle this actually. If you remember, we started to take casualties from the enemy archers there, or my Pontus ally did. So it was quite a spread out battle, and then we came through the woods to this particular part of the battlefield there. But as I say, you can see the Julii archers still left there, and there's still a couple of cavalry units left. And may well target our infantry there, but I think it looks like we may well have managed to go on to win the battle there. As I say, I think Barclayman's got one Pontus pike unit left. That's all he's got there. Here you can see those 2 cavalry units of Aurelius. He's just charged them in to my infantry there. But my infantry's managed to hold there and rout those 2 units. So I think, if I'm not mistaken now, it's just a couple of archer units left of the enemy team. And here you can see he's alt attack. You see those archers have shot all their arrows now, and he's just alt attacked them with their little daggers there, or little swords. But as I say, you can see with Barclayman only having 1 unit left, you can see the decimation that his unit suffered from the enemy archer fire there. Remember, they had 9 archers against our 6, and if you notice at the beginning of the battle, they took out the Pontus archers really quickly. So you know, the Pontus archers were neutralized there before they really had a chance to you know, to perform to their maximum ability there. So the first thing I'd like to say, really well played to everybody in the game there. I thought everybody played well there, so well done in this 2v2. And as you can see, it was a close victory there, as we thought it might have been. And unusually, the highest kills of the game goes to myself, Spartan Commander. As I say, my reactions are a bit slower now as I've got a bit older and my concentration is not very good. So on the odd occasion I get the highest kills, I'm always very pleased. Well done to Scorpion King, got some really good kills, only 2 off of 1,700 kills there. So well done to Scorpion King, he was targeting my Pontus ally. Well done to Aurelius, he'll be a bit disappointed he got less than 1,000 kills, but I thought he was very aggressive as well. So well done to him, and well done to Barclayman. Now bearing in mind that Barclayman's units were being shot to pieces by archers, and his suicide chariot tactics didn't really work. I think with the kills that he got there, he did well, really, to be honest with you. 576 kills, bearing in mind, as I say, He did lose a lot of troops to Archer Farm. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this very, very rare 2v2 battle for our 850th Brotherhood YouTube battle. Please give us a thumbs up if you did, and bye for now.